Oh, okay.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hear about that thing where Bruce Willis had to sue them because they were like, oh, when you die, you can't, like, will the songs that you bought on this platform to people. Like, you don't own.
Do you just lose your songs?
You don't
when you
own
die?
the songs.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own the songs that you buy on iTunes. Like, you can't.
You're licensing
Just renting them for life.
You're licensing them for your ears.
Songs in the key of funny, mixing music and comedy. It's like everything you could wish for. It's like an opera singer covered in bees. It's like hearing your favorite song while you eat your favorite cheese. It's funny songs and funny stories. It's songs in the key of funny. Funny songs and the stories behind them.
Welcome back to Songs in the Key of Funny. We are streaming live and right here from beautiful Burbank, California. A hot, stinky mess. Very happy to be here recording this podcast in Flappers Comedy Club, where they have comedy 7 nights a week, most weeks. So check them out on the interweb. I'm your host, Kristin Key. With me, as usual, if I were DJ, he'd be Kimmy Gibbler. If I were the Press Prince, he'd be Carlton Banks. If I were Zach Morris, he would be Screech. This is Shaun Fisher.
Hello, everybody.
New 90s references.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
All those things just came onto Hulu, too.
Right? And
Fresh references.
I know!
Fresh references.
People like 90s references. And our guest this week, the beautiful, the talented, a comedian, writer, actor, director, Sam Skolnik.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
Thank
excited. We're going to have a great time on the show. Before we jump into Sam and get to know all your innermost secrets and fantasies,
Yeah.
on this show, as we're paying tribute to the comedians of today, we like to also tip our hats to comedians of yesteryear. And we like to have a classic song of the week. This week, because I read your biography online, I was trying to find something about Sam, and what I found was that Sam is the first golden retriever to ever do stand-up. And that's the only bio I could find
Yeah.
online.
Stand by it.
And so I
Pretty
thought,
good.
wow,
Stand by it. It's very true.
that's exciting. You know, it's not much to go on because I like to base the classic song of the week off the guest somehow. And it made me think, wait a minute, there's this fantastic song by Ogden Ells called Dead Puppies. So this song's classic song of the week is Dead Puppies. And we're going to change it just a little bit so we don't have any copyright issues. So it goes something like this. My puppy died late last fall. He's still rotting in the hall. Dead puppies aren't much fun. No, no, no. Dead puppies. Dead, 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 dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun. And that's this week's classic song of the week.
That was great.
Classic song of the week. Classic song of the week. Classic song of the week.
That was fantastic.
Right?
I really like that. The little bumper. The bumper was great.
Yeah, now wait, like people, if you like the song, which, how could you not, just go to YouTube or iTunes. I would go to iTunes and download Dead Puppies by Ogden Ells. I don't even know if the man is still alive, but maybe his family would get the royalties.
Ogden.
How old is the song?
I know it got popular in 1985. So I'm not
chance
sure.
he's still around.
There's a
He
good
could be.
chance, but
There's a
I'm
good
not
chance.
sure how old he was when he recorded it.
This was
I
done to like
did-
a mandolin in like 18th century France.
Dead. Morta. French word for puppies. Well, I tried to
feel like
look him
it's-
up on Facebook so I could give him credit for the song, and I didn't find him on Facebook, which means, to me, he's dead.
Or he's on the gram. He's on Instagram. That's
Yeah.
his new. That's
I didn't
his
even
main
look.
platform.
I just assumed if you're not on Facebook, you're probably not with us anymore. But you know what?
Not even a
I
tribute
I have a
page?
23-year-old friend named Chloe who's not on Facebook.
I think
so-
if you're young and you're not on Facebook, though, you're trying to make a statement. But if you're old and not on Facebook, it's sort of like, it happened. I didn't want to get to be a part of it.
So the super old and the super young?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're young and you don't have a Facebook, it's because you deleted it so that you
Right.
can
In
make
like-
it,
in
You're
like some
super
sort of
young.
defiant-
Sam Skolnik's on the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Hello.
Songs
Sam,
in the Key of
welcome.
Funny, Sam
Thank you.
Skolnik. You're welcome. And you're a sweet boy. You look like a sweet boy.
Oh man,
You're
if
like
I
a
had
golden
a nickel
retriever of a person.
every time
puppy.
somebody called me a sweet boy.
Well, let's jump right in with you.
Okay.
I want to hear some music, and I want to hear everything about you, starting from birth.
Oh, from birth. Man, well, I feel like all artists, we're all artists here, right?
Yes.
I paint.
We all kind of like had something like in our childhood that kind of made that made us into the artists that we are today. Does that
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a song. I actually have a song about my childhood.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
What are the odds?
About
Kind of
someone else's child.
What? Yeah. This child is about your childhood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Okay, you guys ready? It's actually like
I'm prepared.
It's
I'm going
called-
to
it's
get
called-
comfortable.
my childhood. All right. 2, 3. What? It really wasn't that hard.
Wow.
That was it.
Oh,
Thank you.
the privileged childhood
you.
of Sam Skolnik.
I get so invested with them.
I was like, it's about to drop. It's about to go down.
I gotta get that
You hooked
real
me at
serious.
every. Oh. 1, 2. Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a device. Like, listen to me. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're drawing people's
I was
attention.
in. I was 100% hooked.
It's like when
On
someone says check it, you're not going to be like,
Yeah, check
I'm disengaged.
He's got
Yo,
something.
check it.
I
Yeah,
just
I mean,
know
it works. I guess it works across a bunch of different genres. Like, if we're talking hip hop, it's like it's like more like instead of like
Instead of like
Hi.
right, more like an R&B
Hi.
kind of like a
Fix the start. He comes. He
Here,
coming.
you're
Yeah, I guess it works no matter what.
works in every
Yeah.
every
really
genre.
wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Ooh. All
Hang
right.
Hang on.
Just you'll be ready.
It's gonna be so good. Yeah, hang on. Yeah.
Wait.
Do it for like 20
Ooh,
minutes.
wait for a second. All right, now go.
Yeah, there has to be a shelf life on that. Like someone's like, 3 minutes of this. Okay.
It's the whole
4,
song.
it's like
It's coming soon.
Do you guys, off the top of your head, you guys don't have to like we don't have to go too far into this, but off the top of your head, like what's like the song with the longest intro you've ever heard?
Oh.
There's a snare in my headset. No, it's the U2 song "Streets Have No Name."
Oh.
Oh my God! I've like the songs come on my iPod, and I've been like, yeah, I love this song, and then after like 2 minutes, I'm like putting on makeup, and I'm like, start, and I'll just turn it off and be like, I have a resentment against you too.
I want to say Teenage Wasteland.
Oh,
where they do
yeah.
that.
That's a long intro.
Yeah.
Like for
The only thing that would make
minutes.
that better is a couple like, and then
For sure.
Dun,
The
dun.
Stephen Miller Band song where it's like instrument by instrument, it slowly comes in. Steve Miller Band. I can't think of it now. Darn it.
If you know it at home, send it to us. 'Cause
right.
this is an interactive show at Songs in the Key of Funny.
Yes, but it's a popular. It was on Steve Miller's band's greatest hits, so
We
it's
got a
definitely a
computer.
greatest hit.
We're
It's
not
a
doing
hit of
anything
the
right
we
now.
have we have the internet.
Yeah. Steve Miller.
But yeah, well,
Band.
while you look that up, I'll do some interviewing.
Oh, what's
So
up?
yeah, how did you get into? Were you a musician first, and then you started getting into comedy? Were you a comedian first, and you started adding music?
No, yeah. So I mean, I've been playing music since I was a kid.
Mhm.
Like I started piano when I was like 5. All that stuff. I never followed through with it too much though,
Right.
which was a big bummer. Like growing up, I was like, damn, I wish I knew piano way better right now. Like I did piano from like 5 to 10, and then like stopped, and then didn't play piano again for like 7 years.
That's such an interesting time to get somebody involved in like piano or music as well, because after 5 years, when you're 5,
Yeah.
it feels like I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. It was like, my parents would be like, all right, you gotta practice. I'm like, I don't want to practice.
I'm 9.
I do my own things. I play by my own rules. I'm 9 years old.
And then you just peeled out of the driveway in
Yeah.
your big wheel.
In my what are those little electric like Hummers?
Yeah, like the ones that look like cars, but
Yeah,
you have
with-
to charge them up, and they
with,
go
like,
like
the
This is
plastic
why your childhood wasn't that
I
hard. You
never
had
had
everything.
one. I never had one. That's what I was about to say. I really wanted one.
I had one of those red ones that like the Flintstone kind that you had to like put your feet
I had one of those.
with the yellow
Yeah,
top.
yeah, I had one of those.
I had Heelys.
Aw,
You know
man.
Heelys?
I was a car.
If I would have had Heelys, I would have had the other thing I wanted in life, a cast. I never got to have a cast because I never broke a bone.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, but if I had had Heelys, I probably would have got to have that cast.
I think
Yeah.
about that all the
That
time.
would've
Or one,
led to
two.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My little brother had a cast, and I didn't realize I was jealous of it until I was like, oh, you get
Yeah.
a lot of attention.
Yeah, everybody's coming up to you and signing
What's
it,
your
drawing
story?
pictures.
How'd you break that? That was cool. My brother broke his pinky because a guy kicked a soccer ball and he it hit him in the hand.
Yeah.
He just broke his pinky, but he got a full arm cast.
What?
I was like,
over.
that's so cool.
They didn't get like one of those like metal ones with the blue foam.
He broke
you
it
know?
hard. Like he broke it. He broke it like it's still
I
like
broke the crap out of that.
I don't
thing.
know.
decimated
I don't know
it.
what they do. It still bends like it's the
Weird.
letter C.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I don't know if
that's
they-
worse than I thought. Then.
Yeah,
That's definitely
it's
worse.
pretty gross. Yeah, he had a hard childhood.
No. Yeah.
He could not even play on guitar your song.
Because he doesn't have that.
All right, pull up
Ping.
Steve Miller Band's greatest hits, by the way. Is it The Joker, Take the Money
No.
and Run, Rockin' Me, Fly Like an Eagle, Jetliner, Jungle Love, Swingtown, or Abracadabra?
More items.
Well, Fly Like an
Damn.
Eagle does kind of have like a long
That has a
intro.
long intro.
Maybe I'm thinking of that.
I think that's the
No.
song you're thinking of. I think it might be Fly Like an Eagle. That's a long intro.
Yeah. Nothing longer than Teenage Wasteland, though.
No, that's
It's a
very
long
so I
intro.
feel
Boy,
bad.
Streets Have No Name just takes forever to start, though.
That's true.
It really does. American Pie takes forever to end.
Mm.
Do you remember the first time you heard it? You were like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the one too many times now?
And then
I'm
it's just
okay.
the chorus over and over.
Yeah.
again.
I'm okay with a song that has a long intro or a long outro. I can't take songs where most of the lyrics are the same line.
Or
Yeah.
Like a long, like a over chorus?
Yeah, where it's just like the song by Natasha Bedingfield where it's like unwritten. It's like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
am unwritten, feel the rain on your skin, no one else can. And it's like all chorus most of
Yeah.
that song. And when you take the choruses out, it's only like 13 lines of music.
Yeah, that bothers
Yeah, I
me.
mean, well, if we're talking, modern, it's like most EDM songs.
Yes.
Is just that. That's
Yes.
what it is.
And
Can't do
Christmas music.
Christmas music. That's true.
Have you ever heard Feliz Navidad?
Right.
Oh,
Do you know
heard of
of this
Same
song?
thing over.
you've heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times.
Wait, speaking of outros, like what happened to songs just like fading out? They don't do that anymore. They
Just
all
go
have
like,
like a button. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like
Do you remember when they used to do that on TV shows? Like on Saved by the Bell when they'd be in a band and the music would fade out? You're like, they don't do that live, dumbass.
Right. Someone's
Nobody
just on the.
fades out live.
yeah.
Guys, everybody just slowly turn down your guitar. Drum like this.
They just have, yeah, one. They just have their fade out guy, and he just takes the master volume and
There's
just
one dude
very
over in the
slowly.
corner.
They had to pick someone with a very steady hand, so it's super even, just going all the way down.
He's so overconfident about it. He's like, yeah, people, they don't tend to think about being a master fader, but
Been fading this
Yeah.
master
Gotta have a steady
fader.
hand. Want to see a steady
Nice
hand?
there, Sean. I almost
Thank
missed
you.
it. We got the master fader in there. Don't want to miss that. Gets points today.
thank you. I'll reimburse them at the ticket counter later for a sticky hand.
We'll trade these.
Like a Tootsie Roll. Like
I've
one of
bought many of those sticky hands
those like
in my life.
off-brand like orange creamsicle Tootsie Rolls.
Oh
Gross.
yeah.
Did
What-
they have sticky hands? I don't know why I'm treating you like I'm a grandpa.
Did they have
Did
sticky
they have them
hands back
sticky
in your
hands
day?
in vending machines when you were a boy?
Of course. That, but my favorite things were like
Were
the.
they computerized?
Dude, the computerized sticky hand.
No, it was an app actually.
Does it
just,
got the
like,
Bluetooth?
flick-
There's an
you
app for
flick-
that sticky hand now.
You flick it and it sticks to like the screen. It looks like it sticks to your screen, and then it like gradually, finger by finger, falls off.
They got an updated version where it gets dirty. It just
Yeah, it
collects
gets dirty.
random like
You have to
particles
buy
and
a new
stuff.
app after.
Had all the plans for my sticky hand. I was going to use it to get all my papers.
Oh, like productive.
Yeah, because as a child, how much paperwork I had to do. You know?
Yeah.
And you just have like John Woo. There's just like 80 of them just in the air because you hit the first one.
I had plans. I had plans as a child.
Yeah.
I did. So how did you get into the wide world of comedy? Sam?
That was a terrible string of sounds that came out of my mouth. In high school, I just like started like Netflix came out when I was in high school, and we would like watch all the first Netflix specials, like Joe Coy, Kevin Hart, like all these these people like back when they were just getting big, and so we'd watch all these, and me and my friends would just quote them all the time. So I always wanted like to do something with comedy, so went to film school, and then during school I got into improv, and then from improv started doing. I also wanted to start doing stand up,
Yeah.
So just like kind of a little childhood dream that
I feel
that kind of blossomed.
What was the first joke you ever told?
Oh my God, I did like an open mic.
What I mean, live. The first joke you ever told behind a microphone.
Oh
like,
man,
as a comic, I guess.
It was pretty bad. It was like it wasn't even a joke. I don't think it was like a story that I thought was funny because it included my penis.
I think of a good key for this story.
I don't want. I can't tell it.
I
It's
think
so
you should
bad.
tell it.
It had to. I'll briefly outline it.
Cool.
Brief
Anything
outline.
that's too
Briefly
salacious, feel free to
About
take
your
like
penis.
a really cute word and replace it.
Okay. No, it didn't have too much swearing. It was like so basically, I would get up there and I would talk about a story about how guys in the shower they'll swing their penis back and forth.
Penis.
So they'll swing, and it got to a point where I would describe how, like, if a circumcised penis would, how it, like, the anatomy of it, and then in the shower, how this one time, people like spit in the shower, like that's kind of a normal
It's
thing.
totally
So I
normal.
spit, and then it did a trick
Did a trick now.
off the penis.
Off your penis.
So as far as the story goes, the story was
I'm
like
picturing it like a hacky sack kind of situation.
yeah, back and forth.
You kind of just like some sort of like, ha It came back up
Yeah.
and hit like.
So while you're swinging your penis and you spit, you're swinging penis, hit your spit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's like a ground rule double.
So basically, there was no real joke. It was
Just
it
an
was just
observation.
an observation that I thought was funny. I did it.
You were correct.
I did it when I was 19 at the West Side Comedy Theater.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was.
What was the
interesting.
reaction?
That was the reaction.
Just like that empty
That was
sound. I love the idea because like when you're starting out, you're just like, people are gonna relate to this.
Yeah. This is relatable.
This has happened to more than me.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah.
Anytown, USA.
Exactly. That's
Why
what
is
I
it
thought.
There's a guy in Arkansas hearing this now. He's like, yeah.
Finally, someone's telling my story.
Yeah, I remember I would talk. I was like telling my friend the story. I was like, "This is what I'm gonna do," and he was like, like listening, just like, yeah, that's pretty funny. And that's like the reaction I got at him.
That's enough.
That's it.
Going up in front of other people.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pay $1 to go do it up on stage.
Wow, you pay. I'm gonna pay $1. Talk
$1.
about
Guys,
my
this
penis.
story cost me money.
Yeah.
Nobody paid. Was it a free show?
Yeah, I think everybody had to pay $1 to get in.
Oh, so you paid $1? Like
No, it was an open mic where like
Yeah.
you have to pay $1 to perform, but I think in order to get in, you also have to pay $1. So it's just everybody pays $1, and then you
my
decide
God.
whether or not you want. Oh, it was like the first 25 in line get their name in the bucket or whatever. Yeah.
Well, now I want to know your second joke.
It was a branch off of that first one.
Had to do with
Yeah.
my nipple.
You guys know when you're swinging
And
your
some
nipple in the
snot.
shower.
Yeah. So, but I started non-musically,
Okay.
and then eventually got into musical comedy like a year and a half ago, maybe
Okay.
2 years ago.
What was that sort of that in between process where you were deciding like I think I want to be doing more music up there? This might be fun.
Yeah, I thought I don't know. I thought there was like so many people who don't do musical comedy. Like everybody doesn't do musical comedy, and
Everybody doesn't.
everybody doesn't.
Not all white guys with a cute face do musical comedy. You're trying to set yourself apart.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Right. I
to
think
judge.
if I wasn't wearing glasses and had been on the show before, I think it could have very easily confused both of us for a half
Yeah.
second.
Wait, who's what?
who
Wait,
is
who?
Shaun?
Wait,
You're
give
not
me your
wearing your hat.
glasses. Let me have your glasses.
Okay, let me hold your guitar just like this.
Oh my God. Who's who?
Yo, you guys want to
Are
hear
you
a story about my penis?
Oh my God. He really boots and cats as well.
I know. I was like, wait, give me. It's actually in the power of the glasses.
We're not-
I can't do it
Oh my
without
God.
wearing the
Yeah.
glasses.
It is.
For those of you that are just listening and not watching, Shaun Fisher took off his stylish frames and handed him to Sam Skolnik, and Sam Skolnik handed him his guitar, and I swear to God, it's like
Dang.
twins just changed T-shirts. I have no idea who's who.
Right.
You know?
These actually aren't too strong.
Is he wearing?
glasses?
Well, hey, thanks for
Are they
judging my vision,
non-prescription?
Sam.
Well, that's good, right? You don't have that bad.
Yeah,
vision.
it's not too bad.
Shaun Fisher wears non-prescription frames.
Oh, how bad would that be? Where it's like, there aren't even, like...
He's wearing glasses to try to get the lady.
Yeah, just like, note to everybody, if you don't have enough ladies in your life,
And
Get
you
glasses.
Can't grow facial hair.
Right.
Buy glasses.
you need something on your face. You need facial accessories.
Yeah.
That's what all ladies are looking
I
for.
was gonna get a face tattoo, but then I bought glasses.
I take these off and I have a tattooed version of the glasses.
Of
just in
glasses.
case.
Not something to date the lady.
Well, something I'm interested in that has come up with the last couple of guests, sort of organically, is how do you feel about the distinction now that you've had a little bit of time as like a more traditional comedian versus now your musical improv? How do you feel about sort of the label or the distinction between like a musical comedian versus what would be described as like a traditional comedian?
I feel like a lot of people look at musical instruments kind of like as props, like prop comedy. And for some reason, I
don't know why.
But no, also a serious story too.
No, I feel like a lot of people don't like it when people include music into their stand-up. I started in New York and like doing my musical comedy, and I feel like it could have just been like me thinking it, like it could have been all in my head because I never like got anybody to actually confirm it. But I feel like people were like, "What's he doing?" You know, like what's he doing at an open mic with a
His
guitar?
guitar guy.
Yeah, what's his guitar guy do? But I don't know. I like try to mix both in, you know? Like I do bits. I try to do bits.
You get choked up about it. It means a lot to
I
you.
try to do bits.
I try to do bits, and
I just love the guitar
I
so
also
much.
do songs.
A lot of guitars.
I want to hear more. I mean, we heard your childhood, the long American Pie-ish.
It
wasn't
wasn't
that
that great.
What-
Give me another taste of your act. Or
Okay.
us, not just me. Sean, leave. It's just me
I'll
and
take
him now.
I'll take a bite of that. A bite of that act.
Yeah,
Give me a
okay.
sample of that
For
act.
us. It's for us.
Okay. I'll do like this song. It's about comedians.
Nice.
I've seen some.
You
I'm
guys
familiar
familiar
with
with
the concept.
comedians?
I mean, I've heard of them.
Okay.
It's that
Those
part.
ass clowns.
It's
yeah.
it's the part that like connects the front of the truck to the back of the truck.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So this song is about comedians. It has some bad words in it. Okay. So I'm gonna just say different words.
I like that.
in that
I like
sp-
that.
in
We
this-
do
in
try
the
to
place.
keep it PG-13 for
Yeah.
our younger listeners.
I'll keep it PG-13.
I hope
Yeah.
I'm able to tell where the changes happen.
Yeah, I think you might be able to, but we'll see. Did that sound really loud when I hit my?
Nah.
Okay, we'll forget about it. Jeez. Okay, here we go.
How about this?
All right, so this is a song about comedians.
All right.
I'll make fun of myself and point out my flaws. I'm not extremely tall. I'll talk about my penis and what it's like to have one that is kind of small. I'll ask where you're from to make fun of your hometown. By the way, how is your mom? I just saw her the other night, man. There's a bad word here. Was really bomb. 'Cause I'm a pandering comedian. I'll do anything for a laugh. Ha 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 ha. A pandering comedian. I'll do better, I swear. All I need is more practice. How many times can I tell you that I did something just the other day? If you add it all up, man, I did a lot of stuff last week, you know? The black people like to steal things for this joke, and Asian people, they can't drive. It's funny because it's true. Jewish people are really cheap. Hey, well, white people will always drive. Don't worry, I can say all that kind of stuff because I'm obviously black, even though it was a long, long time ago. I'll squeeze all I can out of Jared from Subway. The pedophile stuff, well, that seems a bit rocky, but maybe if I throw in a little Bill Cosby. You see, the thing about Jell-O pudding is that I love putting my penis in it. 'Cause I'm a pandering comedian. I'll do anything for a laugh. Ha 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 ha. And I say a really bad word right here. A pandering comedian. And then I apologize right here for saying the bad word. A pandering comedian. A pandering comedian, just doing the best he can. That's the song, guys.
Yeah!
Ah,
I enjoyed that.
yay!
Oh, that was dope.
Thank you.
I can relate to it.
I
I'm
felt
slightly offended by it as a comedian, but in all the right ways.
maybe that's why
just
people
last
didn't
week-
like me in New York.
Right, they're just like, we do that.
No, yeah, I got a little nervous in the middle because I was kind of like, is this too bad for this podcast?
No.
Okay, it's
No.
good.
As long as our faces aren't going like,
Well, we had episode 2, which we actually recorded first. So it was episode 1, the very first
very
time.
Star Wars
because-
of you.
Yeah, because we booked it this way. We had Mommy Tonks on the show, and their very first song they were going to play starts with them both singing in unison, "We're gonna flip them effing burgers." And so they both, before the show, were like, "We're gonna change it to frickin'." No problem. And we told them, and I'm real nervous because it's my very first podcast, and I'm always so excited. And even though they're episode 2, and I'm like, "You're episode 2," so we've already done episode 1. We just haven't recorded it yet, but I'm sure it'll go great. So it's kind of like on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We're like, we already left the key, so we know they're going to be there.
Love it.
Right. So they both start, we're live and everything, and they both at the same time, "We're going to flip them fucking burgers," is what they said.
Yeah,
And both of them go,
course.
"Whoa, shit." So
Right, and then
that's how this podcast began. Was with Screw Up and then another, and then behind it. And it was like, we try, but there's nothing we can really do about it. And honestly,
Yeah.
we're not a kids podcast. So it's like, we just do the best we freaking can and
Yeah.
hope for the best. But every episode we have some stuff.
It's hard sometimes when you get used to doing a song a certain way,
Right.
Yeah.
changing like once you're like going, once you like get it going, you
I'm
know,
in it right
you
now.
can't.
Yeah. Have you, do you do a lot of clean shows? Or
No, I've
usually
done
just
one
balls out?
clean open mic,
Yeah.
and I didn't do any of my like longer songs. I just did the first song.
Over and over.
Yeah, over and over again.
It cost me $1.
And then but yeah, no, not a lot of clean ones. I'm
It's
interested.
a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
I love when someone accidentally curses and then they accidentally curse as a result of
Yeah.
recognizing that it's like F, O, I mean S, I mean D.
Yep. I used to have a bit about swearing in church about that. It just
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
out of hand. Yeah, I dropped a hymnal on my foot, and then there was a GD in there.
Yeah.
It was perfect. If you're just joining us, this is
GD.
Songs in the Key of Funny, and I'm Kristin Key. With me, as always, or most times, is Shaun Fisher, and our guest this week is Sam Skolnik. And we started something last week with Jackie Loeb, which was we were having Shaun because he teaches hip hop freestyle comedy at UCB. Did I get that right?
I don't teach it at UCB, but everything else is correct
Where
so
do you
far.
teach it? In your garage?
Everywhere. Yeah, come over to my house. We'll do some boots and cats.
Yeah, out of his Aunt Tiffany's garage, he teaches.
He posts on Facebook.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, but I
everybody.
essentially I rent out space across LA, and then I get people together, and we're like, hey, we're gonna work on freestyling today. We're gonna work on beatboxing today.
So I
we're gonna
thought
make
it would be
comedy
great
stuff
because I know
happen.
myself having like every time I see you do it, I'm very mesmerized by it, and I want to learn. And I've noticed that some of the other guests too have been like, "That's neat what you can do with your mouth."
Oh
Yeah.
shucks! what great
Before
context.
and after the show. Hey. so
Sound effects.
around this time of the show, we're going to have a segment with Shaun teaching us, if you don't mind, a little bit about
course.
freestyle hip hop. We like to say,
Of course. It's
teaching us stuff about hip hop. Teach us something, Shaun. We're learning stuff about hip hop. Teach us something, Shaun.
I love these bumpers, but I just feel like I feel like I need to contribute. So
Let's do it again.
I keep having
Let's
like
do it, let's
I keep
do it.
whistling, but like I'm a
Man,
little
that
like
whistling
nervous.
is
I'm like,
solid.
Do you want a different sound effect? We should. You know what? I
What?
need to bring in like a
tambourine.
I have a whole box of musical instruments at home, like an egg.
Sound making.
Yeah,
things.
and I'm gonna put. I should put them just right in front of the guests. Like,
Ooh.
feel free,
Feel
children.
free to use.
I have a cowbell.
like just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a toy box of like sound
Yeah.
making things.
Until then, I guess you just be like, you know.
Piano, tiny piano.
Oh, yeah. You can touch that if
Clink,
you want.
clink,
Touch the
clink.
little tiny, yeah.
All right, do the bumper again this time.
All right, let's
Participate
do it.
however you feel like is appropriate to jump in.
It's all gonna be
if you
great,
want to
man.
spit on your swinging penis. Learning stuff about hip hop. Teach us something, Shaun. Learning stuff about hip hop. Teach us something, Shaun.
All right, and that was the
That was
the
good.
thing.
That's a
That was
keeper.
the-
Good. I like
That was
yeah.
way better
That was
when
way
you were a
better.
part of it. Yeah.
For sure. So my little tidbit for today is this idea of most beatboxing in general is kind of representing instruments in the world. And so it's a lot of like hard consonant sounds, like yeah, just You know when you hit a piano and it goes But yeah, but the second portion of it is sort of melody, right? And the hard part about beatboxing for a lot of people is how do I do the percussion sounds and the melody sounds at the same time, right? So for example, if I was doing
For example, when I was like doing this really
You're-
cool thing.
for
You're
example,
a
when I
witch.
did this magic trick in front of you.
He's a warlock. Someone should cut his head off. That's unnatural.
Yep.
Just like another head grows and beatboxes out of
Somebody
like
inside
the
you
stump.
singing while you're playing your
I have
mouth
all these
drum.
different like levers that just have like boom sound. But yeah, so when I was learning how to do that, before I was able to do that, I learned this trick called booms and dooms. And the thing about boom, the word
Booms
boom,
and dooms. Are
and
we supposed
doom,
to say it with you?
if you want to,
Why aren't
sure.
you taking notes?
Booms and
Booms and
dooms.
dooms.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
you
get my
guys, there's
legal
going to be a
pad.
test afterwards.
Booms and dooms.
So yeah, the thing about boom and doom is it starts with that nice percussive element.
Booms
boom,
and
boom, boom, du-du-du, right? But it also has that tail to it.
Uh-huh.
And that tail, you can really play with the melody of it. So I can use just the phrase boom, and without anything else, by playing with the melody, it makes it sound like I'm doing a whole song. So if I'm going like boom, 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 so that's
Yeah.
kind of how that one works.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
Yeah.
very
Okay,
cool.
your turn. You go now.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Your mother.
Boom, boom.
From the streets. Swinging penis now.
But yeah, so you really bite down on those B's when you do them, and that's how you get that percussive sound, that boom, boom, boom. And then with dooms, you have a little bit more melody where it's not, you don't have to worry about percussion as much. It's more like
Yeah, that's where you get that Seinfeld.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Shaun Fisher's teaching about boots and cats. There ain't no room for booms and dooms when you got boots and cats. That's that. My brain's not big enough for all this rhyming stuff. Booms and dooms and boots and cats.
Wow, nice.
I feel like I haven't learned anything.
But that's the thing. If you just go, if you combine it with some of the other stuff that we were doing last week, like those T sounds and those K sounds, just like boom, boom,
Remember, I didn't get those down last time.
boom, T's and K's.
T's and K's.
The guest usually does better than I do. Yeah, he's killing it. I'm stuck on booms. Still stuck on booms. That's all I gotta go.
That's like my mouth guitar equivalent, essentially. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, people. Sitting right here.
Hey, audience. I was about to ask for a
Right here,
suggestion,
right
but
here.
Sean doesn't need
No,
one.
go ahead and give me one. I can do it every day from the night till the sun. All jokes, all puns, all rungs of the ladder. I'm not matter. I'm gonna make your brains explode with some splatter. Against the wall like it was scanners. I'm gonna listen to your suggestion. Where are my manners? What do we got?
We got a suggestion. What do we got, Roxy the Fox?
Halloween.
Halloween. Zoe wants us to freestyle about Halloween. Now,
I can do
Um,
that.
all three of us are going to get a chance to freestyle.
Oh boy.
And he has suggested, he freestyles faster than he has suggested that the guests freestyle because he's told me, what is your advice?
Just take your time, sort of put a space in between each line so you don't have that pressure. Be like, oh, I'm gonna go and just start rapping, and right now
Yeah.
something else has to happen. Instead, what you could do is like this, yeah, and then you making sure that you won't miss, yeah, and then you fill it in with those uhs from earlier.
Yeah, those
It's a callback.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
All right, Halloween.
Roxy the Fox here.
What, Roxy the Fox? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, girl? What's up?
Just getting
I'm
that beat from the
scatting.
back.
I'm skedaddling.
Skedaddling.
That's
That's scatting and skedaddling at the same time.
Roxy the
I'm
Fox.
getting out of here, but I'm scatting while I'm doing it.
Halloween freestyle. Here we go.
Wait, who's going first?
I can if you want.
Yeah, take it away.
Oh yeah. Oh, chilling here with my crew. Yeah, doing what we do. Talking about Halloween, you know it's true. Talking about ghosts and things that say boo. Yeah, it's a phantasm. Oh, leaving all this sort of ectoplasma. Can't even pick it up with a duster. I gotta go and call my friends the Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, and I'm not a host. I'm not giving toast to any other ghosts. If you live in my house and you don't pay rent, you need to go right now. No cent, no dollar. I'm not getting it from you. Then here's what I need you to do. Just go right through the wall. Just phase. Do that ghost thing. It's always amazing. Yeah, and it is really creepy. Oh, I just never want to go sleep during October. I'm always worried that monsters coming over. Yeah, man, I'm not just a dummy. I'm over here hanging with a vampire and mummy. Oh, showing all the words up in my mind. And no, go and take it away from me, Frankenstein.
Halloween is a spooky time. Said Halloween spooky time. Dress up, then you get in line for some candy. For some candy. Make sure you ain't got no razor blades, cause that would be shitty. We're gonna work on rhymes. Last year I dressed up like a cowboy. Then I went out to get candy and toys.
All right, here we go. Halloween time, getting kind of spooky. I'm getting kind of kooky. Gonna go out with my friends. Stay out until the very end. Have a party. Yeah. Too much freestyle time. I got so much time I don't know how to rhyme. Too much, because that's what everybody says. I'm in time with rhyme. Oh man, Halloween is cool. I like Halloween so much, I start to drool. It's like I see a really nice, meal right in front of me, and I gotta just eat. It kind of rhymes.
Gotta eat.
That's how I feel about Halloween. How I feel about Halloween. That's how I feel about Halloween. That's how I feel about Halloween.
Boots and cats and boots and cats.
Yeah. You guys are getting it.
I think that went better than anybody expected.
I
I think it went
me.
all right. The thing is, I get really nervous right when I'm about to go, and then I forget what we're talking about, and then I pay attention to how good you guys are doing. I'm like, well, this is cool, and then I'm like,
oh no, me now.
yeah. Now I have to say something.
Hey man.
He told me whatever week he was on the first time, he was talking about doing freestyles where you don't even use words, you just use sounds.
Just gibberish.
And that was super
scat.
fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
literally, you'll have a beat going, and instead of worrying about, if you're starting, or if you're trying to get good at this,
Yeah.
and you just get in your head about it, the flow and the confidence of it can carry so much. You can have bad rhymes, but if you deliver it confidently, it's going to hit more times than not. And so this is like a warm-up that we do just to get, into the confidence and the swag. So about the rhymes, it goes like, blow, bang, the bomber break, ring, right, sumble, bang, but drum, frame, say, diddle, the riddly goo, but do the shwoo, baba, name, and I'm a riddly, ooh, made it what, then as him and not, did a boss, we will over it,
Sounds like he's really saying
game
something,
on
right?
boat, no boat, but
Yeah.
I guess sing, made out, moderator, love, check, but I hate, but no.
If you told me it was a different language,
Way
it
why
would
see me, get
that'd
about
be
me,
racist.
by the way, not to me. Yeah, this is an accent that is indigenous to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And the history of beatboxing is really tied into scatting and jazz. That is it's a branch off of that musically, historically. So yeah, scatting is very commonplace. Well, that's your history moment about rap from a white guy.
Teach us something about hip hop. So what do you? Okay, so as a musical comedian, and you have so many influence. You're a writer, you're a director, you love. I mean, I saw your real bio online eventually after digging through some websites to find it. So what do you? What makes you tick? What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, in my spare time, I do a lot of this, playing around on the guitar, trying to find something that sounds good.
Yeah.
Playing around on the piano. I just got a keyboard, trying to figure out something how to use that for a song. But yeah, other than that, I like making short films.
Talk to me about your short films. What have you?
All my short films I've done so far have been in school. Yeah, I don't know. I have a writing partner. We write a bunch of stuff together. We have one about. They're comedies, but one is a little weird. It's serious and weird. So it's but we wanted it to be funny because of how weird it was. And I think people liked it, but I don't think they get how funny we think it is. You know?
I don't think they get.
I don't think they
how
get.
funny.
What's
I think
the
they're just
concept
taking it.
on it?
I think.
Or can you tell us what the
Yeah,
concept is?
yeah. It's online. It's available. It's no. It's
not
about.
seeing
It's
anybody
about
right
three.
now.
It's not seeing anybody. Yeah, it's single. No, yeah. It's about three kids who whose dad, who's two of them they're siblings. One of them's just a friend. They their dad isn't really there. They're just kind of hanging out. They're set out to do whatever they want around this kind of crappy town, and they decide that to make themselves get in the papers and be cool, and that they're gonna rob a convenience store.
Dun, 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 dun,
This is to
dun,
take a
dun,
darker
dun,
turn.
Yeah.
Kids, no one's really watching. They
They're
start robbing
rob a
places.
convenience store. No, but yeah.
Inconvenience store.
And that's the name of the film. No, and they do that, and bad things happen, but the comedy comes more from the interactions, because the characters are just weird,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're they not socially good.
Yeah.
They're not good at social.
They're not socially good.
They're
It's
not
a really
socially
great
good.
way to highlight.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is about me.
I robbed a convenience store in a
Yep.
small town. Made it in the papers.
Oh, never mind. I was about to ask a question we can't ask on pod. You ever robbed anything?
Oh yeah, is this
Yes.
would this count in the court of law?
Yeah, let me
I think the statute
let
of
me confess a
limitations
few
ran
things
out on
here.
Oh,
it,
nice.
So
No, yeah, and then another one is a little more, classic comedy. One's about it's about a dog and a cat, but
Aw.
it's people in dog and cat costumes.
What the hell?
That's weird,
Everything has
man.
such a dark turn.
you got dark fast,
That's so
man.
dark. I said they're wearing
They're
costumes. not
dating.
wearing
They're
furs.
furries.
Yeah. No, it's
They live in people's houses pretending to be their pets.
Yeah. No, they escape from the pound, from jail, and they try to go they live as free wild animals.
I'm against that. I'm so far against
that. Is
no.
so,
I don't like
deep and
animals
dark.
being free. I'm against that.
Somebody needs to take them home.
Get back in the
Put them in
pound.
a collar.
And the
Monitor their diets.
the pound keeper. I don't know what that profession
I
is
like
called.
pound keeper.
Pound keeper.
Pound keeper?
The pound keeper.
It's Pound Keeper Willie.
The
Say-
police guard.
I'm sure there's a guy that's been called a Pound Keeper. What's up,
Pound
buddy? The
Keeper.
Pound Keeper's coming home.
I master fade in the morning.
I
I
masturbate in
keep
the morning.
pounding at
Keep
night.
pounding at night.
Yeah, so he goes after them, and it's about them trying to escape him, and they don't really like each other at first, but then
Dog catcher. Don't they call him
dog catcher. Yeah,
I like Pound Keeper so
Pound
much
keeper.
better, though.
Right.
Pound
It
keeper.
sounds-
It sounds
it
more
sounds like
intense.
Dog catcher's boss, like the guy
Yeah,
who
the
sits
pound
back at base.
Yeah, it's Pound Keeper Thatcher or whatever.
I
his
can't
creepy
leave
name
this
is.
pound.
I like-
Who's going to keep this
I like
pound
that.
if I leave?
That's pretty close to the character too.
Thatcher. That's a
Pound Keeper
scary
Thatcher.
name.
Pound keeper Thatcher.
Yeah. I only put down the ones we can't give away, and we don't give away any of them.
I can't skip away none of
I can't give none away. Sodium Barbital. My brother used to kill puppies for the pound.
I don't dig.
Killing puppies for the pound. Only the ones that nobody wanted. That was all of them. Sometimes we'd go ahead and kill puppies for fun.
Sometimes we wouldn't even wait for him to come into the pound. We'd just see a dog on the side of the street.
Wow.
The guy who kills puppy for the pound made that the first song pop.
That was just
possible.
it. What a full
Yeah,
circle.
it's a
We're
fu-
back to dead
Made-
puppies.
Oh, he was
Dead puppies
Yeah.
aren't much fun.
Same dude.
Ogden was his face. Started out
He's
as a
like-
poundskeeper.
Ogden Ells. Yeah.
Pound
Yeah.
keeper, and he's like, this isn't very much fun.
Yeah, if you're
Poundkeeper
just
Ogden.
joining us for the last 7 minutes, this is Songs in the Key of Funny with Shaun Fisher and this week's guest, Sam Skolnik. And our classic song of the week this week was Dead Puppies. And now, just randomly,
We got back to dead
we got
puppies.
into a conversation about killing puppies.
I do love that idea that he had to be like, man, there are so many, in his real life, in Ogden's real life, there had to be a moment where he's like, dead puppies are just not,
They are not
they're
fun.
not a good
Not
time.
fun.
Wait a
There's
second.
also a verse that's, Mom says puppy's days are through. She's going to throw them in the stew. Dead puppies aren't much fun. It's a really good song.
Oh, man.
Check it out.
He's like,
It's like pretty dark.
from the...
Super dark.
It's pretty dark, yeah.
I loved it when I was a
Unauthorized
kid because
autobiography.
it was it's like such dark humor.
Yeah.
Because it's got like such a light-hearted beat, and then at the end it's like it's like it's a great kid song if you can get past the subject matter.
context.
I think Roxy the Fox is having a really hard time with our subject matter.
That's like a sad,
So
like, hound
sad.
dog.
Aw,
Going
my
like-
computer's not turned on. I was gonna see her sound and match her for one.
I see your sound
I
effect.
know. I've got sound effects too, Roxy. Oh, my computer's turned down.
Oh, that's
Next
all right.
time.
Next
Next time.
Sound effects war next week.
I know. Do you have a last song to take us out on?
Yeah, I could do a
Last
song.
song.
It's I could do a song about birthdays.
We love birthdays. It was my
Nice.
birthday last
It
week.
was.
Yeah.
You
How
might
did
not-
you know?
You might not like the song.
Sam.
Oh.
Don't tell me what I'm gonna like or not
But I
like.
love. Before you say anything else, I just want to give you my opinion of
yeah.
how I'm gonna feel.
Don't be
First
a
and foremost.
dog pounder.
A dog
Don't be
pounder.
a dog.
Don't be a dog pounder
Context.
about it.
That's like an
Context.
8-year-old like
Such
so,
a dog
you
pounder,
dog
Sam.
pounder. Your mom's a dog pounder.
That's just true.
This song also has bad words.
Oh, good.
So I'm just gonna.
Swinging my.
Swing my ding dong.
It's called
Swing.
swinging and spitting.
It's making this bit. Oh man, that's gonna haunt me forever. Okay, so this song is about birthdays, and for context, it's for my friend.
Okay.
Happy birthday! It's your birthday.
Aw.
It's your day and only yours.
Aw.
You own this day. It's only